core values never change, even when circumstance or opportunity exposes itself. Hey leaders, I hope you're having an awesome day, and I definitely am. This is an exciting week for us at our family. My daughter's getting married next week, so we're getting all the stuff together to make that happen. And well, let's be truthful. I'm not doing all that much. I'm just coordinating rides and making sure people are where they need to be. I'm just here to observe, and then I stand up where I'm supposed to stand up in a couple of days, and that's it, right? Anyways, it's exciting. It's a new chapter of our life, having an in-law son and going all that route. And I know some of you already been down that route, but it's exciting. Well, I was out speaking at an event last week. I got to speak to about 200 dentists from a orthodontist who puts on an event every year called the Smart Speaker event for all of his referring dentists and then other colleagues that he has in the area that are different specialties in the dental area. And excuse me for slurring, I got my new retainer in. And there was this moment in the conversation that I was having. I was talking to them all about the 4 foundations to how to 4 pillars to build up their business, and I was talking about the core program. And one of my learning languages is actually teaching. So the reason why I do videos like this, the reason why I like to teach on video or live at events is because I learn so much from it. I get to somehow something happens in my brain where as I'm talking, the more I'm talking, things that I have researched before or ideas that I've come up with before will come back to me, or I'll find a perfect moment just to say it, or it will just happen through the conversation of saying something. A new aha happens, and I wasn't intentionally making it happen, but I was open to having new ideas and thoughts come up. If you've been to one of my trainings before, you know that often I'll just have bullet points when I train, and I won't actually script everything out. And that was happening in this case. And I was talking about core values, and you guys, if you've been in this program for any amount of time, you know how important I believe core values are and how they truly are the foundation to everything you do. And if you have great core values, that you will be able to make better decisions on hiring and firing and your marketing and what we should do next in our business. I think they're so important. And so I'm having this conversation with them, and I was trying to explain why core values are so important. Not the why in the practical sense of what I just talked about, but why and how we use core values and how you can determine if it's a true core value to you or not. And this came out of my mouth, and when I said it, I went, wow, that's so true. It's really a core value. And I was given the example that I've given to many of you about, if you have somebody in your team who you really feel like you wish you could let her go, but you're worried about having to find a replacement, or they're, the old excuse of, but they're really a good person deep down. But if you find yourself walking past them in the day and they say hi to you and you say hi to them, but in your mind you're like, man, I wish you'd quit, then that's being out of integrity, right? But with a core value of radical transparency or rock hard integrity, then that wouldn't happen. So I'm giving this example, and I say, the thing about core values is this, is that core values never change, even when circumstance or opportunity exposes itself. What I mean by that is that when we have these core values that are true to us, that really are about who we are, then they don't change based upon either circumstance, meaning your circumstance, meaning where you are or what's going on in your life. I have a friend who talks about situational integrity, where he had a buddy of his who actually owed him lots of money during the real estate, before the real estate recession happened. And then the real estate recession happened, and all of a sudden he didn't have any money. And so he went to his buddy and said, look, the real estate, all my real estate's gone. I don't have any money. And, I just can't afford to pay you back now. So sorry, you're just going to have to forgive that debt. And the guy was like, well, where's your integrity? Is it your situational integrity based upon that you don't have the money now? I mean, at least create some sort of payment plan with me, or let me know that you're planning on paying it back, right? That's a situation, that's a circumstantial integrity. And then there's also opportunity, right? That idea that, hey, if nobody knows, then I'll be okay, right? Like nobody else is around. They're never going to find out. There's no way that person's going to find out if I do this thing that's against my core value. But that means that it's not truly a core value, right? So I gave the example of I don't drink. I never have. I never will. But I have people who invite me out all the time. And as a matter of fact, in certain circumstances, I feel like they have a negative feeling that if I'm not willing to go and have a drink with them and relax and have fun with them, that means something negative about me, instead of them saying, okay, well, it's fine that you don't drink, no big deal. I know that was the case, for example, in Japan. When I lived in Japan, it's a really big deal that if you are not willing to go and have a drink with somebody in business, then they don't trust you, because they feel like drinking, it does, lets down your inhibitions, and it becomes the real you in drinking. And so they want to see that. So if you're not willing to do that, they don't totally trust you. Well, that's an opportunist integrity, right? So, all right, no one will know. How will this benefit me? If everyone else is doing it, then that's an opportunity type integrity. So my point is, or core value, I should say, my point is I want you to really think about in your business, in your life, that I want you to be very aware of where your core values might be a little challenged, or you're willing to kind of skirt them a little bit based upon either circumstance or opportunity. And notice that, a real core value, a tried and true core value, something that is really inside you that will not change, is something that doesn't move, that cannot be changed based upon either circumstance or opportunity. They are consistent. They are rock hard. They will never, ever change. And those are the ones that you need to focus on and drill in. And when it comes to your business side of things, obviously that's the personal side. When it comes to your business side of things, it's the same thing, right? We don't let the excuse of, but doctor, what about this? Or everybody else is doing this, or whatever. Look, if one of our core values is, we only have good days and great days, then that doesn't change upon, somebody's or outside circumstances, or even your own personal circumstances. If one of our core values is that we show up on time every time, then we're not late to a meeting just because we're the owners, right? We actually have that integrity, and we're going to do what we ask other people to do because it's our core value. And I keep using integrity, but that integrity of the core value is what I'm talking about. All right, so I hope that serves you. I hope that it was as poignant to you as it was to me. Probably not, because I was on stage when it happened, and it was like, oh, that's a really smart thing to think about. And I was checking in on myself, by the way. I'm not saying this, but, oh, I thought of this, now I can share this with everybody. I thought about this on myself, and like, where am I in integrity? Look, health is something that's important to me now, and I do it a lot. I'm working out at least 3 to 4 days a week, even when I travel. And there are definitely those days where a core value to me right now is health, working out, making sure I get that exercise in. And it's very easy when I'm traveling to go, hey, you know what, I'm got in late, or the weather's bad, or a lot of times the gym is terrible and it's small and it's no good. I can just skip it this time. But that is a matter of circumstance or opportunity, right? My core value is this, so am I going to hold to it or not? And I call myself on it quite a bit. And so something to think about. All right, so hope you guys have an amazing week. I will see you all next week. I'll be recording a new video in just a moment for next week, because I'll be gone most of next week, so I won't have an opportunity to do that video. Or maybe I'll do it in Hawaii, and I'll have a beautiful beach backdrop for you to see me in there. Either way, I hope you have an amazing week. I look forward to talking to you on our next call and or training, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.